Okay, this is for everybody who is stuck on lesson 10 in module 4. And that's the exit ticket. So they have stuff like rewrite the expression in standard form using the fewest number of possible characters. So they have something like a coefficient and a variable times another coefficient and variable. And they want you to use the communicative property to group these together with the least amount of symbols and numbers. So, in order to do that, all we're going to do is the communicative property tells us we can multiply 3 times 4 and y times b to get an answer of 12 y b. And that is problem number 1 on the exit ticket. That's what you're looking at. You're looking at problems just like that. Another example of that is if we had 2c times 3a, well, the communicative property says that we can group these together to make them smaller, more compact, and it won't make any difference in the answer. So you multiply 2 times 3 to get 6, and c times a. Since they're unlike terms, they're just c times a, just like y times b. We don't need the symbol there, it's just implied. That's for question number 1. So let's go and check out question number 2. Remember to rewind, pause if necessary the video. You can use the pause button to copy down all the notes. There's only 2 examples. You should be copying down the examples. I'll go back over this one more time before I close the lesson to label some terms that you're going to need for answering question 2, which is what we'll go over right now. So question 2, and I'll write this, better yet, I'll take a picture. It'll be quick. So there we go. We got the question right there, and it says name the parts of the expression, then write it in expanded form. And I'm just going to get an example expression. So we have 14. Oh, oops. Let's not do that one. That's the actual problem. So let's go with something similar. 16 Q. Okay, 16Q. So what we're going to need to do is, number 1, name the parts of the expression, and they're looking for you to label them just kind of like this. So pointing to the 16, that will be the coefficient. Make sure that you may know that is a O. That is a C. Coefficient, and this one we all know is the variable. So we're going to have the coefficient and the variable, and they're going to want you to name those parts of the expression on the exit ticket for the expressions that they give. This is just the example expression, remember that. And then you have to write it in standard form or expanded form. So the most expanded form that you could write it in is breaking it but factoring it out. So if we get the greatest common factor or the greatest factor for 16, if we can go 2 times 4 times 2, and we could change these because these are multiplication. That is a 2, not a z, times q. And we've just made this part into 3 parts, this part into 1 part, and then we've added multiplication symbols in between to make it expanded form. Another example of that would be something like 21 IP. So if you have 21 IP, you could break that up into 2 parts by saying 7 times 3 times I times P. And again, coefficients and variables. So remember, the coefficient comes from being one number to 2 numbers, followed by multiplication symbols. And we know again, in the communicative property tells us that this all will work out no matter how we have this set up. This is how it'll work out. So remember, go back and rewind. Make sure to copy down these key terms. Having these exact examples will help you tremendously on the actual exit ticket. You can rewind, you can pause. These are all the problems covered on the exit ticket. You should have no problem on the exit ticket after reviewing these notes and practicing some problems on your own. If you do some problems on your own, you're unsure, you want to run them by me, you can message me on Dojo or even submit one into the exit ticket before you submit the actual exit ticket, and I'll correct that and send it back to you. Okay, thank you guys. Good luck. Remember, play this again if you didn't absorb everything or get every example copied down.